Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I wrote a song. Can I start with a song? Of course. Amy has tuberculosis. It's a little song I wrote called "Amy Has Tuberculosis." She doesn't have tuberculosis.
Don't make a joke.
Okay, but they're gonna hear it and they're gonna be like, "She has tuberculosis."
No, I know.
So we can just tell everyone.
No, but I don't.
Amy's trying out a new thing. She talks sexy.
It's not working.
So Amy got sick. If you were watching
Coffee Time,
and I'm gonna do most of the talking. Little lady, just sit back and let me do most of the talking.
All right, baby.
So yeah, Amy, if you were watching Coffee Time last week, I was on my way out the door to go pick up our daughter from the honeymoon, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Right. Yes.
But she's doing Coffee Time, and then like in the middle of it, she's like, "I'm starting to feel bad." And a couple people that were watching were like, so Ed Godlewski said, "Hi, Ed."
Hi.
He said, "Yeah, we were watching, and we noticed that Amy, didn't seem like she was feeling well." Well, that is that trend has continued. So this is Saturday now.
Yes, we're now 6 days later.
Yes, but she's trying out the new sexy thing. She's
not
going
working.
for a sexy raspy. It's it's nice. Papa like.
It's no. No, you're funny. I started out on Monday. It literally was just a tiny sore throat when I woke up, and I was able to get through Coffee Time. But as the day went on, man, it just started to kind of manifest, and it's like the cough has really been the main thing. 2 COVID tests negative.
Yeah.
But
just a summer cold thing.
I guess, but it's the cough and so much coughing that I've lost my voice. So I'm sure many of you are probably very happy.
Well.
But
I'll do this voice so that everyone feels like we're both giving them our best possible YouTube voices.
I'm trying to be
That's
Demi
terrible.
Moore.
I'm trying to be not. I don't know.
All right, figure it out. I
got a high voice. Let's be honest. I got a high voice. I get mammed at the drive-thru. That's where we're going, by the way. We're going to the drive-thru to get Amy a drink, and then we're gonna drive around Hamlin a little bit, and then we're just gonna talk about. We're gonna get you updated. So update. Wedding. Had the wedding. So if you watched Coffee Time, you saw that. We didn't have a Sunday drive last week.
By the way, Erica's doing the Coffee Time for me this Monday.
Yes, that's true. So tomorrow, as you're watching this, when this premieres, if you don't watch it the first time, then it's already online. I am guest hosting. I am the Joan Rivers to your Johnny Carson, and all the young people said, "Who and who?"
What?
But yeah, so I'm the fill-in host. We're going to talk about on Coffee Time. We're going to talk about. The market, because if you don't know us in terms of working with us in real estate, I'm kind of the numbers guy. I consider my job to basically support Amy to, in things that she needs time-wise, but also to make sure she has the most up-to-date numbers and data, and our Home Pulse thing that we do. I do most of those. It changes so
quickly. It's important. It's not like you can think you know it. You have to pay attention to it consistently.
And so we'll talk about that on Coffee Time. It's kind of a split market, like 500,000 and down and 500,000 and up. It's like we're in two different worlds.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we had the wedding. So I'll put some pictures on the screen while we talk.
Don't turn, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
New stoplight, by the way, coming here at the corner of Avalon at New Independence Park.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
And if you look ahead. You'll see the purple building in front of us in the distance there. Mm-hmm. That is Miller's Ale House that's being built. Mm-hmm. That's the one right by there by Publix.
I think we referenced it one other time, but now there's like structure to see.
Yeah, so lots of stuff in Hamlin. But I keep trying to talk about the wedding.
Sorry.
No, it was me. I talked about the purple building. But the wedding was beautiful.
Yeah.
So our new son-in-law, who we've known for many, many years, it was just a beautiful wedding.
It really was.
And Shay Walker, photographer, took some beautiful pictures, which we'll put on the screen.
Absolutely love that.
The kids got to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge for a couple of nights, and then they went to St. Augustine and did like forts and ghost tours and stuff. Yeah. And then I went and picked her up. But then there's a shirt back there.
We should explain, because he had to go back to the base.
Yes, he's in the military. We can't talk about it any more than that.
Right. So he just had to go back to base. So that's why honeymoon dad has to pick her up. That's why.
Yeah, because
sounds a little weird.
Rather than have him have to drive all the way back here, then he could go to the thing. Yeah. So
oops,
that's okay. No worries.
So
that's Miller's Ale House there. Bosphorus Turkish cuisine in front of us. So this is sort of the Hamlin section. P.F. Chang's To Go has opened since the last time we drove through here. Lots of stuff here.
It's good stuff.
The Chick-fil-A got approved, so it'll be a while. But Is it mocha tea? Mocha tea? Mocha tea? What is it called?
Mocha tea.
Mocha tea.
I think.
That's right here. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
And Toastique.
Toastique.
Toastique is a different thing. Gourmet toast and juice bar. How about that, Toastique? All right. Good for you, Toastique. And there's mocha tea.
And then, by the way, they're cranking too.
Yeah, and other yeah, they are. Wow. By the way, this makes us so happy.
Yeah, it does. All right, well, what are you doing?
You're gonna have to let him go across where you're gonna have to go.
I was recording.
We have interesting colored cars here.
Yeah, it's okay. No worries.
But and then on the other side of that building is Tijuana Flats. I think we showed you before sports clips and some other stuff that's going on. Mm-hmm. And then across the street will be Tiger Woods Pop Stroke.
We talked about that.
We've talked about that. Yep. So that's kind of, and there's a big jump, trampoline place is the construction in front of us. Anyway.
Yep.
So that was the wedding, but I want to talk about the shirt that's hanging there.
Inside, outside.
Go that side. Go. Yeah.
Left.
I don't know if that's inside or outside. What's that?
Outside.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so we're taking you through the drive-thru today, and we'll talk drive-thru etiquette in a minute.
Sorry, I'm getting whatever it was that fell down here.
Well, let's talk drive-thru etiquette while we're here, okay? So the inside lane, we're drive-thru experts.
I could probably teach an absolute course on drive-thru etiquette.
We always say you get screwed on the inside lane. For whatever reason, on the inside lane, it feels like on the outside lane there's more cars because it's a wider turn. But that's usually not how it works out. So Amy recommends the outside lane.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yes.
And drive-through etiquette. Order and pull up as far as you can pull up.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Like people they pull up and then they stop and then you can't get to the speaker. It's very annoying.
It's very annoying.
Also, McDonald's. We know it's a quarter pound with cheese. You don't have to call it the QPC. Okay, it's a little much. It's QPC. That's their big advertising. But you got to market. It's been the same sandwich since 1954. So,
do you
I made
remember
that
the
up.
Big Mac 2 all beef patty special sauce that is cheese, pickles, onions, lettuce, sesame seed on?
Yes.
No, not today. Thank you.
She's ordering.
Can I have 2 large Diet Cokes, please? And that's it.
That's all?
Yes, please.
You can pull forward.
Thank you.
And so we shall pull forward. Okay,
and
anyway.
now I feel bad because we just got in front of that other car.
Yeah, but where were they? They were on the inside lane.
Okay.
They were on the inside lane. You have the card.
Yeah, I have to pay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, dear.
That shirt.
Yes.
Okay? So, in your head, you should be thinking, I don't know, I can't do that right. So, my son and I went, our son, not just my son.
I had a little something to do with
our
it.
son, he looks just like you, but our son, Dawson, and I went to the University of Alabama this week for a college tour. And the shirt is up, not because he's not been accepted yet, but we feel pretty good about his grades and scores and things. So he has decided that he's going to the University of Alabama.
He is decked out in the Alabama or the Bama merch.
Yeah. So our previous 3 kids. Roll your window up real quick just for sound, because the Camaro is just gun in their engine.
There you go.
So thank you. Well, you know what I mean. It's like
Gotcha.
like we're getting the tailpipe sound under the car. So our all 3 of our previous kids, when we took them on their college visits to the colleges they went to, they had this look on their face when they stepped out of the car onto the campus and started to walk around. We knew at every single college that that's where they were going to go. That was it. There was no question about it. And so
Thank you.
We got to the University of Alabama. And what do you think of when you think University of Alabama?
Well, football.
Football. And that's, by the way, candidly, that's what they think of too.
Yeah, right.
So it was very funny because, I looked up, special traditions at the University of Alabama, and it was
football.
They were all, the first tradition was, well, of course there's football. And then the second tradition was singing songs at the football games. And then the third thing was something to do
at the
football game. Yeah, whatever it was. Go there and down and then make a loop-de and let's just show them kind of what's here. And then we'll probably keep today short. We always say we're going to keep it short, and then we don't.
Well, I could go all the way down to Seidel and revisit the mark. Now,
do what you feel. Sure, that's fine.
I feel good on my throat.
I figured. Anyway, so Dawson gets out of the car, and first of all, I was not prepared for the University of Alabama to be just stone cold gorgeous. It is wow. I mean, it's beautiful. And now we had a top 10 day. It was a little hot. It was 95 degrees. But candidly, it looked just like this.
Right.
Blue skies, a little bit of clouds. Just the campus is just gorgeous, really well taken care of. And I looked at him 15 seconds out of the car, and I texted Amy and went, well, that's that. Now, here's the thing. In-state tuition is good. We like in-state tuition. Is Alabama Florida? No, it is not. So,
and is like at our daughter goes to college in Georgia,
right?
But we get in-state tuition because it's bordering and
there's a whole. By the way, that's a great thing to know. There's a lot of schools in Georgia that offer Florida students in-state tuition.
Yeah.
So
even though Elizabeth goes out of state, she gets in-state tuition.
Yeah, which is solid.
Dawson goes to Alabama. It won't be the same thing.
It won't be the same. Now they have a big program to give you. By the way, there is a tropical smoothie cafe.
Cannot wait.
That's been sitting there forever. So I'm assuming though that means there's going to be like a shopping center there. So that I haven't seen the plans for that.
Just keep teasing us.
Yeah. So they have a program where if you get certain grades and certain SAT scores, you can get scholarships to lower that down. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the whole reason why Alabama was in the conversation was our first two children, because Alabama has rolling admissions. We like to do this thing where, like, all three of our kids have been into a college, like, accepted to a college in August
of their senior year, high school.
Purely for mentality's sake, to ease the pressure.
You might want to explain what rolling admission is because some people don't know.
So rolling admissions means when they open the application, you can submit the application, and then you're accepted or not, like, right then.
Right, so it just kind of, it's all year long. It's not like one moment that you apply and one moment that they send out the acceptance letters. It continually happens.
So our daughter, who was a senior 2 years ago or whatever, she knew 2 days into her senior year that she was going to Valdosta State, which is, and so our oldest son's best friend went there. So we had met him there on a college visit, and she had that same look in her face. It was like, oh, this is where I want to go to school.
It's perfect
beautiful.
for her.
By the way, Spanish colonial, beautiful campus. It's been good. But so Dawson, actually the University of Alabama application is open already. So we're waiting until next week that next set of SAT scores come out, and if he gets a certain SAT score, then he'll be able to apply for. You don't even have to apply. It's an automatic scholarship. That would be wonderful. Yeah. It doesn't really matter because he's going to Alabama because that kid is just. I mean,
he's smitten.
He likes as many teenagers do. He likes more hip hop kind of music and rap and whatever. And he likes a mix of stuff.
Yeah.
But we listened to the song Sweet Home Alabama 35 times. And then on the trip back, so we had to fly into Birmingham and then drive in. And on the trip back, I was like, well, if you like Sweet Home Alabama, we should listen to Freebird. And he was like,
You introduced him to
then we
a whole
listened to
new
Freebird
genre
on
of
repeat
music.
over and over again. We listened to a lot of Southern rock, so he was very excited about that. He's just super excited about that.
That's
so
exciting.
So rolling admissions, and then there's other things where it's like they have early decision, meaning you can apply and say, if I get accepted, I will go there. Mm-hmm. There's early admission, which is you can apply early, but you don't have to tell them until May whether or not you're going to go there. And there's regular admission. Mm-hmm. So while we're talking about this, I don't know that this exists everywhere else, but it's clearly been something in the South. It didn't happen when our older kids went, but there are different admission standards for summer term versus fall term.
For freshmen, incoming freshmen, yes.
So like if you have someone that wants to go to, say, the University of Florida or Florida State, they'll say, well, like, okay, so Florida State, you need to have like a 3.8 GPA and 1,300 SAT. I'm making those numbers up. I don't know. They give you the middle 50%, and you can kind of figure out, do I have the grades in SAT? What they don't tell you is there's another set of numbers. And there's summer term where basically you go take one class, like a math class, plus a like life skills class. Mm-hmm. By the way, I think it's super valuable.
I think it's a
really good idea. The negative is it starts in mid-July, so your little baby.
I know they fly the nest a little bit sooner.
It would be a year from now.
But it's only new, and not even all, but some of the new incoming freshmen.
Right.
It gives those kids a chance to acclimate.
Right.
To have a mini version of the college experience without all of the chaos of the entire student body.
Right. And
already
so,
knowing where they're going.
And so, I mean,
No?
I think Dawson's going to apply for fall term because he wants to have his summer of his senior year, you know.
Yeah.
But
I want to have it.
I don't think it would be so bad, but because he's going further away. We think, and by the way, he hasn't gotten in yet. We'll see. We'll let you know. Stay tuned. So just know that if you're applying, and this may be this way everywhere now, I don't know, but it wasn't back in the day. You applied for the fall and that was it. But certainly in Florida, expand your range a little bit in terms of what you're thinking of for colleges you might look at. If you go, well, maybe my child's grades aren't quite what the standards are for that school, or the SATs aren't quite that, know that you can apply for summer term and have a better chance.
Better shot at it, yeah.
Also, because of the pandemic and everything, every college, it's just different now. Like, you can apply SAT optional. You don't have to submit your scores necessarily. There are, applications to college are down. I think because a lot of people are thinking, well, the economy's a little different in terms of you can kind of go out on your own in high school and get a job and do things. Trade school's big. There's absolutely trade school's a fantastic option.
Yes.
There's lots of good options now, I think is really what's happening. So anyway, so I want to just touch on another thing that I've noticed as we're driving. Have you noticed a particular set of signs more prominent?
I know
you were going to say it.
So let's talk real estate for just a hot second.
Why not? That's what we do.
Of course, that's what this is supposed to be for.
Yes.
Yes, you may have noticed as we were driving quite a few open house signs.
Yep.
Now, it was only a few months ago where you had no time for an open house.
Right.
A home went on the market and it was under contract immediately.
Well, and the previous 2 years you didn't have open houses because of the pandemic, so people weren't having open houses.
So So what this is just a literal sign that it is changing ever so slightly.
Yes.
That inventory numbers are up, meaning we have more inventory on hand. So instead of having, 2, 3, 4 days worth of inventory, I don't even know where we are now, 18 days?
18,
18, somewhere around there. So you're going to see a few more homes on the market.
Right.
And we still have the same thing. If you're priced too high, what do you want?
Go to the first one and go to, because our camera on the left died, so go like there and go down that way so they can see it in the camera on the right. Just go to the front and then go around to the back and go down through.
Oh, like pull in here.
Take a left here, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
you'll see the open house signs. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's the thing. It's just there are many more open houses these days.
This is the Walgreens.
This will be Walgreens. So that was the drive-through pharmacy going to be there. The big building in the back there, that's the New York Beer Project, I think is the official name of it. Did I cut you off where you can't get through there? Maybe. No, you can go there and there. Okay. And then we'll go around the back because that's where most of the businesses are on the next row back. But you see the New York Beer Project back there, dental care at the Mark. So this is the Mark. The Mark is cool.
Right.
The Mark.
And again,
but I guess you're gonna have to go there because that's gated. Tuberculosis.
Stop! Don't make a joke about that.
Well, hopefully.
I'm going that way.
She was trying to let us go, but we're going that way. So
and there's a curb here. So.
Yeah,
Thank you, but just go. Yeah. You have the right of way.
It's super nice that you were nice, but don't be nice because we gotta go. Okay, so AT&T is there. Take a right because the Cocoon Urban Nails Lounge. Right. Oh, a good look there at the New York Beer Project.
Nice.
So we've got I think this is the something Chop House. It's martial arts.
Yeah, Easy Vet.
Chop House Martial Arts, Easy Vet. There is Clean Eats, which is like smoothies, meal plans, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we got Prime V Hydration and Wellness. We got Piccolino's Haircuts, Horizon West Barbershop.
And let's talk about
Huey Magoo's. Huey Magoo's is really good. We hadn't been there, and now we have been there. And
several
really
times.
Good.
And they DoorDash.
And our best friends, actually they're just family. But in the wedding pictures that you saw my best friend Daryl, who when our older daughter was getting married, he agreed to get his become ordained, and so he married my daughter, and then now he married our second daughter. Yeah. Their son Javon works at Huey Magoo's, and they're family. I was going to say they're as close to family as we get. No, they're not. They're just family. So anyway, now we're going back down Sidale Road. Yep. Just a reminder that Coffee Time, I'm co-hosting. We've got a video coming out next week of a new listing of Amy's that is not something you want to miss. Beautiful home in Oakland.
Hull Island.
Beautiful home.
Not even a year old.
Yep. So just went on the market, so we're shooting the video tomorrow.
We would have done it sooner, but no voice.
Tuberculosis. Not really, and I'm not joking about tuberculosis. Is a serious thing. You're right. I should not make jokes. You're 100% right.
I sound so much better.
Yeah.
I sound so good right now compared to what I sounded like.
Yes. You sound like one of those old divas. Back when I was dating Sal Mineo in the 30s, in 35. No, it would have been 45.
They had the sign out.
Hey, Panther Lake Elementary. Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay,
sorry. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Just because we got to go back home and I got to edit this thing.
I need
so much to do.
Yes.
Did you check in for your flight? No, that's tomorrow. You check in. Okay, because they're flying Monday. Because Amy's on a plane. That's why I'm co-hosting.
As a reminder, I'll be flying on Monday during coffee time, and Eric will be hosting for me instead.
Because she's flying to Virginia because our son is closing on his house in Virginia.
Which maybe you could talk about the last minute chaos with that.
Yeah, I will on coffee time, sure.
Nobody is exempt or immune.
Yeah.
Perfect word. No one is immune from last minute
hiccups
and freak out moments.
You'd think that we would be immune.
No.
Nope. Wasn't our fault.
No. Wasn't our fault.
So we'll tell you about that on coffee time.
All right, guys. So thank you for bearing with me. Sorry I didn't talk so much.
Can I add one more thing though about kid update?
Sure.
While you're away, then our daughter and son-in-law, oldest daughter and son-in-law,
not the one that just got married. The one
because they're buying a house in Waterloo, but you sold their house at a record price, and appraised in one day.
Wow.
You sold it one day at appraised because we know what we're doing. Anyway, and I'll talk about that on coffee time too. That's actually going to be one of my subjects. I was going to talk about the difference in strategies because it's a good example.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you're gone, they're moving into our house, and then I'm driving our son's dog up to Virginia later in the week. So at some point, so Wednesday night, I will be at the house with 6 dogs and 1 cat. Is that true? Yeah, 6 dogs. Because they have 2, our son has 1, and we have 3. So 6 dogs and a cat. Lord help us. Okay, I'm done. I'm spent.
You need to, get some energy.
I need to not get whatever sickness you have.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily, she stays away from me. Anyway,
The squishmallows in the bed is the barrier.
That's true. That's why they're there. Okay, anyway, go away. Goodbye.
All right.
We have drinks.
Oh, we do have drinks. Drink in mine. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please stay safe. Stay well. Remember, we love you. Happy house hunting.
Remember, we love you. And happy house hunting.
Bye.